body. And then if it just happened to be Deontay Wilder come this year, it will be a showcase of Curtis Harper fighting whoever. And
100,
Deontay Wilder is that who is signing the other end of the contract.
100%. But I mean, even, Jimmy, you could chime in also. Do you guys think that Deontay is the same fighter that he once was? I just spoke to Steven Shaw yesterday. He was also rumored to be getting the fight. He knows now that he's not getting the fight. He admitted to me that he doesn't think that Deontay is quite the same fighter that he used to be. I've spoken to a couple guys that have told me the same thing. So that's what I kind of wanted to know. Like, do you guys think he's the same bronze bomber that was knocking out pretty much everybody that stood before him?
Well,
No
you
man's
know,
the same after being
one,
knocked out.
one one thing that you can't take from Dante, he is a puncher. He's got a really good knockout ratio. I mean, and some of that power he's got is a God given power that's going to be no matter if he's 70 years old, he's going to have some power to him,
Yeah.
and that makes him a dangerous fighter. So it's just like I think from Curtis' perspective, he has to go in there and definitely has to be careful of the power that Dante does have. And it's not I don't see it being an easy fight for neither one of them. But yeah, I mean, I don't think, I mean, is Dante the same fighter back then? I think Dante became a lesser fighter in back then when he got his first loss by Tyson Fury. No
Mm.
different what Mike Tyson was with Buster Douglas. Mike Tyson was feared by everybody, but Dante was too. All them quick knockouts and all this stuff here, intimidation factor played a lot. But after he got his first loss from Tyson Fury, and then you know what? I think some of the confidence leaves Dante Wilder himself because now he knows he can be knocked out. Not only one time, but now three times.
Um, Question for you, Curtis. When you look at, I just spoke to Malik Scott probably like 2 or 3 weeks ago, something like that. And he said that he would love to have Deontay back in the mix in terms of like an Usyk fight, fighting like one of the top guys and whatever. But he did also admit that, like they need to get like back on like the winning track, probably taking like a lesser fight. Does a part of you feel like since you did sign your agreement to fight him, and you're just waiting for it to come back. If the fight does actually happen, does the part of you feel like a little bit disrespected, like Deontay is looking at me like I'm a warm-up?
No,
Mm.
I don't feel that way. Being such in a state of mind that I have a team and I'm currently always in the gym and I'm always sparring and fighting. It's something that I'm sharing with Jimmy Adams and Country Boss Promotion that I haven't had ever.
Yeah.
So, so I hear some guys want to call me out and say, "No, he's not the one. He's a bum. He's this. He's that." But I can get in the ring and I can go to distance with anyone, and I
Mm.
can also get them out before the distance even had to take place.
Yeah.
So, no, I do not feel like that's how he sees me. That's just the critics in boxing.
Same thing for you, Jimmy. Do you feel as though Deontay is kind of picking your fighter because he views him as somewhat of a quote unquote warm up to, kind of get himself back on track? Or do you think Deontay looks at him like, no, this guy's a legitimate threat, four straight knockouts, all in 2024. He spent probably 5 rounds and 4 fights in 2024, so he's been on a real hot streak. So how do you think Deontay probably views him?
Well, I think Dante is looking at him as a stepping stone. I don't think that I do think that he might underestimate Curtis, uh, what Curtis is today. Absolutely. I do think that Dante feels like, okay, this is a stepping stone I need. And Curtis Harper to get back where I'm supposed to be, confident level, if you want to call it.
Mhm.
And but he's going to be very surprised with. He's going to
Um,
be very.
Curtis, I mean, you've fought a bunch of guys in the division, but knowing that Deontay is probably likely next for you, like, what's kind of like the emotions, man? Because right now you're chilling, you're laid back, you're just like, I'm good. Like, what was the emotions when you actually got the call? Like, this is the type of fight and this is the type of win that could change your entire life, man. You're gonna be wearing sunglasses wherever you go now, man. Like. This could change everything.
When I got the phone call, I I don't do the big social media thing, but I was like, yeah, he thinks I'm an easy fight, but I'm not, and
Yeah.
I never been for anyone that knows boxing.
Yeah.
So there's very much some excitement on my end for it. And you know, walking around with sunglasses and everything else, I'll never hide for something. Such I'm not the one to hide for something so great, and to
Yeah.
share with those that want to be in boxing for the long term. And which after walking out the ring and doing stuff like that, here I am, still in it, 6 years strong, and and I ain't trying to slow down in no time soon.
Does a part of you get at least angry, upset? Like, does it like put a little bit of extra motivation, a little bit of extra battery in your back when, like you said, Deontay's probably looking at you as an easy fight, a stepping stone, so to speak, to, maybe fighting Usyk or maybe fighting somebody else. Like, does that kind of put the battery in your back? Like, I'm gonna really show this dude who I really am. I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna hurt him.
All the marbles and everything negative on his end. I'm going into this fighting Deontay Wilder,
Mhm.
knowing that my head's up and I'm going to go round for round for however long it's going to last, and I'm going to pressure him to the point of where it's going to look good on my end. The fight in general, like I'm excited, but all I can tell you is that I'm here to try to put him out. I'm trying to either make him retire or not fight for a very long fucking time. Excuse my language.
And I
And
love
that's
it.
it. Like that's what I want. I'm
Yeah.
hungry, and the hunger in me never stop. So it's going to.